What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. What is going on, y'all? All right, now, the only thing that we got to report for church announcements today is the fact that I'm doing Love and Marriage Huntsville live review tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right after giving you the real T does his. The link should be available once this video is out. All right, so make sure you guys tune in for that. You know, me and T have Saturday nights on lock. He go live first, and then I go live right after. So make sure you guys tune in to that. All right. So with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcement. So we're about to go ahead and get into the mess. Now, there's been a lot of talk about DV ever since Joe Budden came out and said what he had to say, but then Tahiri came out and put his ass on blast. But now, Evelyn Lozada is the latest person to come out and speak on domestic violence, and she's being called out in drug. Okay. Now, this is what she said. She says, being on a reality show where arguments and fights are a part of the drama doesn't justify or reflect what happened in my real life off screen. I've never been physically aggressive in my personal relationships with men. Though I have defended myself verbally when necessary, it is important to separate my character on TV from who I am in real life. Seeing known abusers comment on domestic violence incidents is unacceptable. If you hurt others, then you have no right to speak on these matters. We need accountability, not hypocrisy. Hold abusers accountable. So after Evelyn Lozada made the point that she wanted to make in regards to Joe Budden speaking out about DV, then there were two people that was on her neck, and that is OG, her former co-star from Basketball Wives, as well as world-renowned blogger Funky Dineva. All right. So this is what was said by OG. Soon after Evelyn made that post, OG said this: abuse is never okay, no matter what the gender. Always keep your hands and objects to yourself. Verbal abuse is not okay. Examples of verbal abuse: name calling, guilt trips, gaslighting, criticism, stonewalling, threats, blaming, manipulation, humiliation, spreading lies, minimizing someone's experiences or feelings, screaming. Mm. Next up, she also said, recognize abuse. What are the 10 different types of abuse? Physical, domestic or abuse, sexual abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, financial and material abuse, modern slavery, discriminatory abuse, organizational institutional abuse, neglect or acts of omission, self neglect. Physical abuse is not okay. Assault, hitting, slapping, punching, kicking, hair pulling, biting, pushing, rough handling, scolding, scalding, burning, physical punishments, inappropriate or unlawful use of restraint, making someone purposely uncomfortable, involuntary isolation, confinement, misuse of medication, forcible feeding or withholding food, unauthorized restraint, restricting movement, tying someone to a chair. Numbers don't lie. So she posted everything that about abuse, and all those things do apply to Evelyn. All right. Now, not only did OG say something, but Funky Dineva did as well. So let's get into what he said.
Because nobody should ever hit nobody. But there's something about her statement that's giving me like you're still mad and bothered and holding on to whatever with Chad. Um and like, girl, who made you the line leader? This not who made you the line leader. It is not your place, Evelyn, to you're not the accountability police. It's not your place to call anybody out and bring them to redemption and or salvation. And we can't forget, as far as I am concerned, beating up your friends is domestic abuse as well. Beating up your friends is domestic abuse as well. See, it's so funny when it's man to female and then it carries all this weight. You are the same woman who took a champagne bottle and slung it across the room in the direction of somebody's face and their head. That's domestic violence. And if I'm being honest,
But did he lie? Did he lie? Now, here's the thing. I don't want to be insensitive and I don't want to, minimize her experience because I never want to do that. I never want to minimize anybody's experience. I never want to, um, tell somebody that they can't speak on something that they went through. I can't. But it's people like Erica Mena and it's people like Evelyn Lozada that sits around and does nothing but put their hands on people time and time again. Evelyn is quick to react with violence. Erica is quick to react with violence. So it's just so weird sometimes to see these two try to be spokespeople for domestic violence all the time. And it's sad that ain't nobody feeling bad for you and nobody wants to hear what you got to say. But that's not even all. Evelyn also spoke.
Come on here.
And
Come on here.
I'm sorry. And this is what she had to say. Let's listen to what she said.
Come on here. First and foremost, I want to send all of my love and support to all domestic violence victims. I know the last couple of days have been very difficult, very triggering for a lot of us. And I mean, I've spoken to many, and it's been tough. It's been really, really hard. No matter how many years it's been that you have experienced domestic violence, when you see videos and you hear about stories of domestic violence, it's always triggering, no matter how many years it's been. It kind of just takes you back to that place. So I just wanted to send my love to all of you. So to piggyback off my last video, I also feel like if you are a known abuser and you have a history of abusing women, and you have not taken accountability, you have not gotten help, then you should not be sitting up here commenting on anybody else's situation. The things that I'm hearing and that I'm listening to are, it's actually heartbreaking to me, especially for the women that I know that have experienced this, to see a known abuser sitting up there and commenting about a situation when you know that you have been a serial abuser. I don't understand it. So this is my last video because I have a lot going on here, but for me, this is not even about the abusers. It's about the survivors and the victims.
So basically, Evelyn, nobody wants to hear what you got to say. I'm just going to be honest with you. Nobody really wants to hear what you got to say. Nobody really cares about you or what you think. Because at the end of the day, you can't, I guess we can go by and say that you are a known abuser as well. I mean, that's all you ever do is put your hands on women all the time. That's all you ever do. That's how you know, you say things. You not only do you say stuff, but it's to me, it's like it's hard to sympathize with you, and we have to be honest. It's hard to sympathize with you. You know what I'm saying? It really is. But what we do know is what Tammy said a couple of years. Now, many, many years ago, Tammy said that Evelyn confided in her and told her that it was an accident and it wasn't supposed to happen. Now, let's get into what Tammy had to say.
Had a conversation many years ago where that woman said it was an accident. So don't sit up and pretend that you're the victim when you know it was a fraudulent situation. Wow. They were arguing over condoms. He accidentally did that because they were tussling with each other. The neighbors saw her and they called the cops. And had they not done that, she would still be with Chad.
Oh, okay. My God.
I'm
Now, I don't know how true that might be, but however, that is what Tammy said years ago, and that's made people question Evelyn's story. Now, I'm one of the people that always want to be the person that defends a woman when she goes through domestic violence, because, like as I said, I grew up in it. My mother was a victim, well, is a survivor of DV, so I really don't want to question Evelyn's story, and I really don't want to, at the same time, dismantle her for speaking her own truth about what she's endured with DV. But I just want to know what you guys think about that. How do you feel about Evelyn speaking out about domestic violence? How do you feel about Funky Dineva and OG's responses to that? And what are y'all thoughts on what Tammy said back in 2018 about this situation? Let's talk about it. With that being said, y'all, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and I am out of here. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.
No more shit slaps.